Shelby told me not to show my face on YouTube anymore, so I'm not gonna show my face on YouTube anymore. I would like to take this moment to congratulate my dad on being the first person to bring home a sturgeon from our annual sturgeon fishing trip. I actually had to go home early to finish out my semester of college. So because I didn't get to like catch a sturgeon or even like reel one in this year, I decided I was gonna go sturgeon fishing in Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, don't go that way.
What's happening?
I didn't mean to do that. I don't even know where I am. I don't want to pay the bounty. Alright, well, I guess I have to pay this bounty first. Freaking stupid. I don't even know what I did. Did I bump into somebody? How did I get over here? I don't know. All I remember is that is not what I was doing the last time I was playing this game.
It's okay, girl. Just a scratch.
Gotta feed your horse.
Oh, please. Help.
We'll go sturgeon fishing after we be a good Samaritan. Do I play the good guy in video games? Yeah. Do I want to? Not necessarily.
You do not want to see this.
But I do.
Sorry it's come to this.
No, I changed my mind. I don't like the I don't like the sound the saw is making. Oh, you can still hear it. Brushy, brushy. Anyways, before I was so rudely interrupted, I'm done with my semester in college, so I have all summer to play video games and make YouTube content, I guess. It's also really cool that a lot of people liked the sturgeon fishing trip video. I don't know yet how I'm gonna make more outdoor content, but we'll figure that out. We'll jump that hurdle when we get there. Like that. You gotta feed your cowboy. You gotta take good care of him. JJ, do you have to be in every video? I think I'm just gonna have to live with the fact that JJ interrupts every video. Apparently you can also hear her meow in the Valhalla video. I didn't even hear her while I was editing, but I had a friend say that you could hear her in the background crying, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Okay. You're as bad as a father. Yeah, again, I don't know what I'm gonna do about her interrupting the videos. I don't want to lock her in a room because that would be worse. I mean, she's just a cat meowing. I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry.
God almighty.
Let's see if I can remember where I caught a sturgeon at. I think it was here. We're gonna test that out. Onward, horse! I think my goal for the end of this summer, before class starts again, is I think I want to try to get 100 subscribers. I'd say 500, but I mean, let's be realistic. I do want to do more videos with my buddies, because, I mean, for an entire semester, I didn't have a whole lot of time to play video games, let alone make videos, you know? So, it was kind of like I died for a second there. I disappeared off the face of the planet. Nobody questioned it. Psychology wasn't hard, but it definitely was time consuming. And it is very interesting. Like, a lot of people are like, psychology, it's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Is it? Is it? Because there are actually a lot of really cool experiments. Maybe not all ethical experiments, but there are actually quite a few experiments in psychology that were pretty interesting. AKA Pavlov's dog. I think the people who get mad about psychology are the same people who get hungry every time they hear the lunch bell ring. Just if you don't know who Pavlov is, just go read about him. Just go read about Pavlov's dog. Another interesting one is literally anything about the rat utopias or the mice utopias. I recommend reading anything about the Rats of Nim. Like the books that were written with the title The Rats of Nim was based off of an experiment. It's interesting, and not all of it is directly applied. It's a lot more complicated in a human society, but it's just go look it up. Go look it up. It's really interesting. I recommend it. I do like the mechanics of the fishing in Red Dead Redemption, but at the same time, I wish they were just a little bit more complicated with like lures and hooks and kinds of poles, you know? Like, I want a fishing game, but in the style of Red Dead Redemption 2. Desperately. Am I hooked into a sturgeon already? It'd be a really short video. Look, that's what the Rainy River looked like. Well, that was a short video. I wish they would tell you the length of the sturgeon though, because that's what they base it off of. Like to take a sturgeon home, and that actually, compared to some of the sturgeon we've pulled out when they have the spikes on them like that, it usually suggests that they're actually a younger fish. I just want to fact check myself here for a second. Oh, that doesn't look right.
Oh, you've gone and died, ain't you?
Oh no! Well, I'm keeping it anyways, but I'll put that on the back of the horse real quick. Okay, well, according to Google, and I'll have to fact check this later, according to Google, all lake sturgeon less than 45 and greater than 55 inches must be returned to the water immediately. Of course, this takes place in a different time, so it doesn't really matter. This is before sturgeon started being, you know, regulated. Anyways, since I caught a sturgeon, that's going to be the end of the video. Just kidding. We'll find something else to do, I think. I wish they would tell me the length of the fish, because my first sturgeon was 13 inches long, so it was the first sturgeon ever on the boat, and we had to put it back. It's just a spiky little thing. I also can't exactly remember the size of the sturgeon that I pulled out of the river 2 years ago, but I do know that for a very brief period of time, I held the Johnson family record for sturgeon, right? And then my uncle Jeremiah, immediately after we put that sturgeon back in the river, he pulls out a sturgeon that's like, I think it was a 1/4 inch longer than the one I pulled out. So he currently has the record, and I was so mad. I held it for like 5 minutes. You know, they say that like the most important part of fishing is your pole or your hooks, and yeah, that's really important, but I mean, the most important thing to me while fishing are the people that I'm fishing with. And they gotta be people who can tell a really good story. Otherwise, you just got a line in the water all day. And yeah, I guess that can be relaxing too. But to me, it doesn't matter if I catch anything. It doesn't matter if the people I'm fishing with catch anything. All that matters are the stories that we tell on that lake or the river. You know, just spending time with family, I think, while fishing is the most important thing to me. That being said, still mad that my uncle broke my record. It's just saying. He's worth $4. I haven't played a mission in this game in months. This is my new horse, Ford Taurus. I like how on one hand, I'll be all like, yeah, I'm like super badass. And then on the other hand, I'm like, I cry sometimes when I take a virtual animal's life. I'm just kidding, I don't cry. I don't have any feelings. I don't cry watching kitten videos at 2 a.m. Who told you that? No, I said I don't tear up watching kitten videos. Who's telling you these lies? I don't do that. That is... It's a baby ant. Listen. I asked my dad what his favorite fishing story was, and he said it was the time we were in his ice castle that he made, ice fishing one time, and I made the mistake of taking a nap because I thought I was safe in the presence of my father. He had leaned over while I was taking a nap and tugged the line of my pole really hard. That is a nice looking fish. He tugged the line so it felt like something was biting was trying to take my line, and he said that I shot up so fast that my short ice fishing rod almost hit the roof and I was reeling in so fast, and he thought it was the funniest thing in the whole world. My favorite fishing story is when we were up on the Rainy River, right? And my uncle Jeremiah starts pulling in a suckerfish. You can really tell the difference between a suckerfish and a sturgeon while you're up there. And he pulls the fish into the pontoon, and there's a lamprey on the suckerfish, and he screamed like a 6-year-old girl and ran to the other end of the boat. And that's my favorite story. I'll never forget the sound of that scream. Oh, another thing about perch. They're bait stealers. That's what we call them out on the boat, is bait stealers. When you get really bored of these fish stealing your bait all day, you just switch to a smaller hook and you just sit there and you catch all the little guys. Like if you're not catching any of the big guys, it's really fun to just put, even a bare hook works, and you can just reel them in like that. We don't keep them, but like they'll fit in the palm of your hand, and it's so much fun catching the small guys. Catching the big guys, oh yeah, that's real cool. But have you ever caught a perch or a sunfish the size of your palm? That takes talent. I could do this all day, man. I have done this all day, but like in real life, gotten sunburned for it. I mean, they really don't get much bigger than that. I wonder if I can catch a really big perch. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go for a really big perch. Also, I noticed the tips for sturgeon fishing in this game said don't give them any line while they're trying to swim away. That is not true. If you really want to put a sturgeon through the ringer and really wear that fish down before it gets to the boat, it's a give and take kind of thing. Because what they'll do, and I'm gonna make the gestures even though you can't see it, what they'll do, because a sturgeon, I was told, does not have any bones in its body. It's all cartilage and skin and all the things that make a fish. But what they'll do is, now just imagine, right? Stick your arms out like you're T-posing, and then bring your hands into your collarbone. But they'll swim down, and with your arms out like that, they'll stick them out between rocks or logs or anything, and they'll put up a fight like that for hours. You don't have to do that. I just want you to know that it does in fact make like an idiot when you stick your arms out like that. Also, when you're reeling in, you don't necessarily want to, we call it reefing. When you reel in really fast like that, you'll rip lips, which is, you'll yank the hook out of the fish's mouth. I'm seeing a bunch of terms here. But yeah, you don't want to reef on them because you'll rip lips. That is some fishing terminology for you. Reefing is reeling in too fast, and lip ripping is when you rip the hook out of the fish's mouth. See, that's what setting the hook looks like. In real life, that's what setting the hook looks like. 9 ounces. Go back.
Off you go then.
I'm also the kid. If you've got a bucket of leeches, and I still do this, if you got a bucket of leeches on the boat, I will play with them. My dad says I've been doing that since I was like itty bitty. I am not afraid of leeches. My favorite thing though is when I take people out fishing for the first time, I will get leeches specifically for that person so that they learn to put a leech on their hook. Worms is one thing. Leeches are a whole other thing.
You're a decent bass.
Not decent enough for me. But yeah, I think that is where I'm going to end the video. Do you like my mustache? I think it's a nice mustache. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, wherever it may be. I will, not technically see you in the next video, because that's not how this works. I'm not streaming. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Good night.